What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blueblood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, newly crowned, unified, WBC, IBF, WBO, light heavyweight, world champion, Russian superstar boxer, Artur Beterbiev, who is now 18 wins, no loss and no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout. Artur Beterbiev is 37 years of age, 5'11.5" with a 73-inch arm reach. He's coming off of a dominating knockout performance over former WBO light heavyweight world champion star boxer Joe Smith Jr., in which he knocked out Joe Smith in the second round of their fight brutally. Okay. With that said, Artur Beterbiev, obviously everybody wanted to know what's next. The big fight for Artur Beterbiev would be fight with undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion Russian superstar boxer in Demitry Bivol. Okay, Demitry Bivol is now 20 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, at 31 years of age. He's coming off of a massive win and performance over 4-division world champion, who is currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, and former WBO light heavyweight world champion in Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, Demitry Bivol, he just outclassed and dominated Canelo Alvarez in a shocking victory and performance, right? So that makes sense for Artur Beterbiev to fight Demitry Bivol. They're both from Russia. It will be for undisputed at light heavyweight. It will be historic, right? Both guys have power. Both guys are technicians. Obviously, Artur Beterbiev has knocked out everybody he's faced, so that would make for a huge fight, right? But no, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, he stated that he has no interest in fighting and doing business with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn and DAZN to have an undisputed match, because he stated that nobody goes over to Dead Zone, right? He said it's the dark hole. Nobody watches. Nobody goes over there. Nobody participates. So if that fight was to happen, Demitry Bivol would have to come to ESPN Top Rank and with Bob Arum to stage the fight. And obviously DAZN would like to be involved in that. So Bob Arum, he stated it's not going to happen, and they already have a date scheduled for Artur Beterbiev's ring return, which is October 22nd. Okay, and it looks like Artur Beterbiev is going to be heading over to the UK. Okay, looks like he's going to be heading over to the O2 Arena to face Anthony Yarde. Okay, that looks like that's going to be the fight. Anthony Yarde is the mandatory. Okay, Anthony Yarde, 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 21 big wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out one time when he faced off against Sergey Crusher Kovalev. That was back for his first title opportunity, and that was back in August of 2019, okay? He got knocked out in the 11th round, but it was an action-packed fight of the year type of fight. That was for his first world title opportunity, okay? Anthony Yarde, 30 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach. He obviously has a lot of power. He's garnered more experience. He's only had 15 fights or something like that in the amateur, so he doesn't have an extensive amateur background. He was pretty green, but for somebody as green as Anthony Yarde to go into a fight with Sergey Kovalev, who was the champion, and push Sergey Kovalev to the brink, that was you know, impressive. But then he had a hiccup when he lost to London Arthur via split decision back in December of 2020. That was a hiccup, another blemish on his record. And then he came back, though. He avenged that loss December of 2021 when he got a 4th round knockout over London Arthur, right? So he avenged that. He came back. He's exciting. He's big. He's strong. He has power. And he now has experience. The 2 losses, the London Arthur and the loss to, you know, Sergey Kovalev. So he's been knocked out. He lost the decision. So, you know, he's lost, you know, in pretty much every way possible except for a draw and a robbery, right? So he's gone into that experience. And so now, you know, he's going into a fight with Artur Beterbiev. Now, he's significantly younger than Artur Beterbiev, right? And he has, in my opinion, just as much power as Artur Beterbiev. The difference is the level of competition Artur Beterbiev is knocking out compared to the level of competition Anthony Yarde is knocking out. Now, they're saying it's October 22nd at the O2 Arena in London, right? Now, obviously, Artur Beterbiev is the A side, clearly, right? So it begs the question as to why would the fight take place in the UK? Now, obviously, there's a huge fan base there for Anthony Yarde. I'm gathering the money is bigger for Anthony Yarde and Artur Beterbiev. Anthony Yarde is the mandatory challenger. So I gather that's the reason why they're planning to go over to the UK. I would think that Artur Beterbiev will want to fight here in the States. You know, he's born and raised in Russia by way of Canada, right? So, you know, you would think that he would want to have the fight here in the States, but clearly, you know, according to Bob Arum, he doesn't mind going over to the UK, right? October 22nd. So it's already set. So here's the thing. The funny thing about the sport of boxing is this, right? Is that when you look at the sport of boxing, this clearly was already set in motion. This was clearly already a plan. They didn't sit down. Artur Beterbiev just beat Joe Smith on Saturday. Today is Monday. And they already have a date and a venue already set. Well, that means they never planned to fight Demitry Bivol, okay? They never had any interest in fighting Demitry Bivol. That was never an option, at least not right now, okay? And they see more value in facing off against Anthony Yarde in the UK and not having to deal with Eddie Hearn and DAZN and Matchroom, okay? So it's clear that Demitry Bivol was never on the table, okay, for Artur Beterbiev, which is unfortunate for the sport of boxing, because imagine October 22nd, Artur Beterbiev versus Demitry Bivol and for Undisputed, and then the winner fights Anthony Yarde. It just makes more sense, right? Now you have one champion, and you have the #1 challenger facing the champion, right? So it just makes sense, opposed to now, let's say Anthony Yarde wins. Now he has to look to fight Demitry Bivol and secure that fight for Undisputed and to be the guy. And, you know, it just becomes more confusion to the casual boxing fans. In my opinion, it's just simply unnecessary, okay? But nonetheless, this is the sport of boxing as we know it. They'll tell you like, oh, it's, you know, Bob Arum will tell you it's just too difficult to, you know, go over there and negotiate with them, and we don't want to do business with them, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you never had plans to sit down with them and make a Demitry Bivol fight to begin with. Not to mention Artur Beterbiev knocking out Joe Smith and knocking out Marcus Brown, you know, knocking out all the opponents he's ever faced, and he's 37 years of age. And Demitry Bivol coming off of the biggest fight and one of the biggest upsets in boxing, beating what was considered the face of the sport of boxing, the pound-for-pound king, and, well, you know, people claim to be the pound-for-pound king in Canelo Alvarez. The stock can't be more higher. The stock can't be more higher. I mean, for him to fight October 22nd, that's the last fight of the year for him. So he ain't gonna fight again until 2023. Demitry Bivol, let's say he loses. I don't foresee him losing. I don't know who he's gonna fight, but let's just say Demitry Bivol loses. Right? Well, then you drop the ball, because his stock is extremely high right now, coming off of that victory over Canelo Alvarez. He's in high demand. Everybody wants to see if it was a fluke. Everybody wants to see if he's indeed the best light heavyweight in the world. Artur Beterbiev is knocking out everybody he's faced. You put these two together, and it's a big money fight. It's a huge money fight. You put them together, and it's a huge money fight, right? It just makes sense. This is no slight to Anthony Yarde, because I like Anthony Yarde. I actually hope and wish Anthony Yarde wins, right? I'm a fan of Anthony Yarde. So I really, truly hope Anthony Yarde can be successful. I want to see Anthony Yarde successful. But I'm just saying, he's the #1 challenger. Let the two champions fight. Let the dust settle. And now the #1 challenger faces the champion. Period. While their stock is at an all-time high. It's even better for Anthony Yarde. Because let's say Artur Beterbiev beats Demitry Bivol. Now Anthony Yarde gets to beat the guy in Artur Beterbiev No question, hands down. He beats Artur Beterbiev. The question is going to be, is Artur Beterbiev too old? Okay, is Artur Beterbiev, you know, past it? Well, Artur Beterbiev wasn't the best light heavyweight in the world. It's Demitry Bivol. You understand what I'm saying? Erase all those questions. Erase all those doubts. Erase it. But nonetheless, you're going to get what you're going to get. Artur Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde, October 22nd, O2 Arena in the UK. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Roll. Make sure you like your shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.